What's your favorite scary movie?
Be like, I'm dying.
If some guy came up to me and said, "Hey, they guys," I'm like, "It's over and done. We're married now."
Someone in the movie, so I'm like, kiss. But
Oh God, what a sea of humanity.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good night to everyone out there. Welcome to 52/1994, the live movie conversation podcast where we discuss movies from the year 1994. I'm your host, Gussie, or Cody, and I'm joined by my other co-host this week, Gussie number 2, or Gussie Jr., or Gussie Spencer, whichever one. It is. If this is your first time joining us, welcome in. We are so happy for you to join us today. Just to give you a little bit of a background about what we do, we watch 52 movies. That's right, 52 for each week of the year. Movies from the year 1994, important movies released this year by monthly categories. Doesn't matter if they're good or if they're bad. Most of them are somewhere in the middle. And then I have a guest to talk about the movie and interview them about some of their things, some things that they've seen or maybe they want to talk about. This is their platform, so I give them the floor to discuss whatever they want to discuss, as long as I'm cool with it. Anyway, this week or this month's categories have been comedies from the year 1994. Some various comedies that we've had. We started our year off with all the Jim Carrey ones because there were 3 of those, but now we've got our whole month dedicated to comedies. Spencer, welcome in. Glad to have you. How's it going?
It's going well. I'm glad that we picked the same.
I am too. I kind of panicked in the moment, and I was like, "What am I going to name myself?" And I just went, "Yeah, with the greatest nickname."
Gussie, it stood out.
It is like the only name in this movie that did stand out. So, of course, the movie that we're talking about this week is a Christmas movie. Didn't realize that whenever.
let me stop you there, because
You...
I don't consider this a Christmas movie. I think this is
not a Christmas movie.
This is on the same level as Die Hard. Was like
Okay.
It just happens to take place during Christmas, but it's not about Christmas.
It's just the families getting together on Christmas, I guess, is the
Convenient.
There is a Santa Claus in here too.
Yeah, I think like Friday After Next is more of a Christmas movie than this is.
Okay. I'm not going to fight anybody because I'm one of those people that's like, that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie,
Yeah,
I don't want to get into that argument either because I don't care that much. But anyway, we're talking about The Ref, and I had never seen this movie before. Had you ever heard of this or seen this movie before?
Nope, neither one.
I got this movie often confused with the movie that we're going to be watching for our sports month next month, like the 5 bad movies that we're watching. I used to get this confused with a movie called The Scout, which is a baseball movie. Don't know why. I mean, The Ref, you think it might be a sports movie. It is not a sports movie at all. It was definitely surprising to me that this movie, and I am curious to see how you felt about it. I did get to see your rating on Letterboxd before that. So before we get into all of our things, what's your first impression?
It was okay. I thought it was, and I guess this kind of goes into, because you saw my review in general. I guess I don't know. I thought the concept was good, and I think it just it seemed to fall a little bit flat. In my opinion, it just seemed very shallow. Everything was very surface level. But I mean, it's a '90s comedy that's kind of expected when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I thought the acting performances were really good, and I thought that carried it pretty far.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't disagree with anything that you said at all. I thought you were going to come into this guns blazing kind of thing, but no, it's kind of the same. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than you did, but I agree with you for the most part. I think, especially toward the end, I think things wrapped up a little too like neatly and
Yeah.
quickly for me, and I didn't like that as much. But let's talk about this movie and introduce it and give you all the facts about it, and then break it down. So the movie is called The Ref. It came out again. This is something about like it being a Christmas movie. It's not really. It came out March 9th of 1994. It was directed by a cousin of a more famous Demme, Ted Demme. I think it's a cousin or a nephew of Jonathan Demme, who did great movies like um, Silence of the Lambs. But Ted Demme is probably best known for this movie and Beautiful Girl, which comes out in a couple years after this. This movie was written by Richard LaGravenese, or I butchered that.
Jesus.
LaGravenese is what I'm gonna say.
Let me go look, because now I'm. Oh, LaGravenese.
LaGravenese. I'm going with it. Marie Weiss is the other writer of this. And in the cast, it stars Dennis Leary as Gus, Judy Davis as Carolyn, Kevin Spacey as Lloyd, the Shazur or Shazur. It's French. Robert J. Steinmiller Jr. as Jesse, the child, Glynis Johns as Rose, the matriarch, I guess, the grandma, Raymond Jerry Barry as Lieutenant Huff, Christine Baranski as Connie, B.D. Wong as Dr. Wong, and J.K. Simmons in his very first movie role as the Siskel, whatever, Corporal Siskel or Lieutenant Siskel. I can't remember what his rank was. And Google gave me a synopsis, a very short synopsis. Google's been doing this a lot lately. Bickering spouses annoy the cat burglar who takes them hostage in their Connecticut home. This movie had a budget of $11 million and a box office return of $11 million. Broke dead even. Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 74%. IMDb has it at a 6.9 out of 10, and Letterboxd has this at a 3.3. Your favorite reviewer, Roger Ebert, said, material like this is only as good as the acting and writing. The Ref is skillful in both areas. Dennis Leary, who has a tendency, like many stand-up comics, to start shouting and try to make points with overkill, here creates an entertaining character. And Davis and Spacey, both naturally verbal, develop a manic counterpoint in their arguments that elevates them to a sort of art form. He gave it 3 out of 4 stars.
Classic Roger L.
Desson Thomas is another guy that we love to bring up on here, says, unless you're a junkie for mediocre rejoinders and insults, this is one holiday party you'll want to miss.
Seems a little harsh, but yeah.
Yeah, a little harsh. So let's break it down a little bit. What are some scenes that really stuck out to you in this movie? I'll start with you.
I'm not gonna have a lot because again, I think you enjoy this movie a little more than me. I've got 2. I think, and you kind of asked for my thoughts earlier, but I'll just kind of expand on that. I don't know. I think this was a very forgettable movie. Like, give it a week and I'll forget that I watched it.
I can see that, honestly. I wouldn't mind having this in the background of, like, if I was hosting a party or something like this, I could have this on, like, a Christmas party. I could have this in the background. It's like a fun little, hey, what's that Christmas movie you're watching?
Yeah.
It's like The Ref.
Yeah, something a little different. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so that's why I don't have a whole lot of like scenes that just necessarily stuck out or kind of stuck with me or were super memorable or anything. But
I mean, honestly, there's just a lot of dialogue in this movie, and everything is so bottled that there aren't like distinct scenes. And so you're kind of right there.
So the first one I've got, started out good because I thought this was the first scene, and it was one that I wrote down, and that was the first real marriage counselor scene. What's the name of the guy that is the marriage counselor?
So Dr. Wong is the character's name. The actor who plays him is B.D. Wong.
That's right. Okay, because I'm
from Jurassic Park.
That's what it was. Okay, I was gonna say I recognized him. I was like, I cannot fit him anywhere, but I know he's a bad guy. But no, his little part in this I thought was really good. But that scene in general I thought was good, but also funny. Like they did a good job at making them like, and I think there are a couple of quotes I might have from that scene too. But I thought they did a good job.
This scene has a lot of like real biting remarks back and forth between the two. I really like this. It's great setup scene showing you these two people that are in a marriage together that kind of hate each other. Kevin Spacey's, I mean, besides the Kevin Spacey of it all, Kevin Spacey's great at this role. Like, this is him in American Beauty. This is him in, I don't know, like 10 other films that he's been in. Like,
I was gonna say, can we take like, let's get this out of the way because obviously he's a piece of shit, but like he kind of crushes. So
oh yeah, that's the thing. Like before everything came out about Kevin Spacey was probably one of my favorite actors
he's
out there.
good,
He's good. The guy's good. I liked him.
very hateable too.
Yes, he's great in Horrible Bosses as that small role. He's great at being a dick. He was really good in the movie about Bobby Darin. I know a lot of people probably haven't seen that movie, but Beyond the Sea, he's really good as Bobby Darin in that movie. The big fan of Bobby Darin. I don't know. I really liked Kevin Spacey. It's, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So,
but now that we got that out of the way,
now that we got that out of the way, now that we can establish that we don't like Kevin Spacey anymore, and that we don't condone anything he's ever done, he was a good actor once upon a time and delivered some good performances, even in movies that have come out now, like American Beauty. I don't know if you've seen American Beauty or not. He's basically the same person that he is in this role in American Beauty, maybe a little bit more loving, as we see in this movie, than he is in American Beauty, but no, he kind of nails that.
I think when I think of him, other than the shitty things that he's done, I think of course, you've already mentioned Horrible Bosses. Also think of The Usual Suspects and Seven specifically stand out for me.
And even like, did you watch House of Cards when it came out?
No, I wanted to, but then all that shit about him comes out.
Yeah.
I think it was around the same time or like toward the end of the series, and I was like, maybe not.
He's great. Other thing, Glenn Ross, he's great in that. LA Confidential, he's great in that. He actually, Superman Returns, if we're talking about like comic book movies, I think he is a really good Lex Luthor in that movie. Even though I'm probably in the minority of people that like that movie. No, he's really good. And he's really good at this kind of role, because when he delivers a line, you feel it. Like if he says "fuck you," it just, he nails it.
Dude, really good pull with Glenn Ross. I need to rewatch that because that was really good. But one of my favorite, and I feel like we're kind of like delving into like reminiscing about Kevin Spacey, but one of my favorite lines that he delivers is in Horrible Bosses. And I don't even know if it's a line necessarily, but it's whenever they throw him a surprise party and he hates it. I don't know why it's so funny. It just seems like so Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I think of him in the when he's making fun of Jason Bateman. He's your gam. Yeah,
my wife and I say that one all the time.
Yeah,
you call your grandmother gam.
Yeah, he not a person to be celebrated, but I mean, we've watched so many movies, we've seen so many things with this guy in it that how can you can't just forget those things. So.
Sorry, my phone was getting hot.
It's okay. Cool it off. Blow into it.
It said it needed to cool off because this stream was so fire.
Ooh, okay. That was my opening scene too. I think that the Dr. Wong character's really funny, and it like listening to him from like anytime I've been to a therapist or a counselor or anything, I'm just like, this is very typical of that situation. I thought she was awesome too. Like she went tit for tat with Kevin Spacey, in my opinion. Like I just loved her delivery on every line as well.
It's similar to the series. Well, I guess mainly the first Scream movie. I couldn't quit staring at her hair because it was tragic.
Are you talking about like Courtney Cox's like baby bangs in?
Bro, like what the fuck did they do to her?
Yeah,
I'm glad you recognized it.
I that's so funny. And I knew that before I even watched this movie, you said something about her haircut looked like she was getting what did you say, weed whacker or something? Like she got a haircut from a.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's not a great haircut. You're right, but then once I got past it, I finally kind of focused on her performance a little bit.
I don't think I could get past it.
You couldn't do it. No. Alyssa said that his head on her dream, when she's explaining her dream and how she sees his head on the platter with his dick in his ear. I did love that part. That's pretty good.
I feel like there's a lot of good. I think there's a couple of good dick quotes in here.
Yeah. You want to move on to the next scene that I have?
Yeah, it would have to be yours because mine's closer to the end.
Yeah, so I thought the introduction of Gus in the house that he is he's being a cat burglar in.
That's true. That was a good one.
It's bizarre. It feels a little Home Alone-ish.
Yes.
With like the tricks and everything that this thing has. The alarm starts going off regardless. It sprays cat piss in his face.
I thought you were gonna compare it to Thief as well, but not quite.
Not quite as this is like a Scooby-Doo house. That's exactly what I had written down. I was like, you got the cat piss, you've got the trap door, like that goes to the basement, that leads right to the dog. The gun goes over to the dog, and he has to give away jewel, like the dog likes jewels, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't really understand some of that either, but whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't always working.
The dog crunching on the tennis ball though was awesome.
That wasn't a tennis ball.
What was it?
Those are supposed to be pool balls.
Oh shit! That makes it even better. Dude,
because he threw it at the dog and it caught it, and I was like, Jesus.
Dude, he threw it so fast. And the dog was just like, crunch.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah,
that was
those are pool balls.
Jesus. That makes it even better.
I know. And then he chomps on his butt.
Of course.
It's a quick scene. We see Gussie's partner smoking outside, then the cops come, and then he leaves. He's not there to pick him up. And then that's when we get the introduction of Gus to the Shazurs or Shaz. I can't do it.
Shadur Sanders.
Shadur Sanders of Colorado. Got it. What's your next scene?
Again, if you have any between now and the end, tell me.
The only other thing that I have is I think when Jesse comes home, finally after blackmailing his teacher with some titty pics, and also like riding around in a limo that he's paying for. He's 16 years old, coming home, and then kind of witnessing his parents, in this hostage situation. And the only thing I really like about this is like Jesse trying to relate to the criminal. Like, I want to live your life.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to be a criminal like you. Because these people suck. They hate each other. They don't care about me. They think I'm a bad kid. So fuck them. Even though he is a bad kid, like he stole the baby Jesus.
Yeah, I don't understand how he's supposed to be in the right here.
He is framing a teacher, I guess, because the only thing is like his dad doesn't ever see any good in him at all. Every little thing is a bad thing to do.
Classic 90s dad. I mean,
yeah, he's just a dad. Sounds like a dad.
Yeah.
So that was the only other part I have between then and then the dinner party when everybody shows up.
Yeah, I think that's what I've got to. the as far as best scenes go is the dinner party, especially like specifically when everybody stands up to the mom. I think I don't know, that was just a very memorable scene to me, and I think it provided a lot of quotes too.
Yeah, I love the whole family getting together. I love the beginning of that scene. I love the crowns that they're wearing for like a Scandinavian Christmas, and they're eating lutefisk, and it's
That was a good
very.
touch.
Yes, I loved seeing all of them wearing these candles on their heads. I thought that was a great visual, and nobody wants to be there. Everybody feels like they're being held hostage at that
Dude.
point.
Yeah, even like just the candle hats, I think was like a half-star boost for me.
Yeah, maybe that's my Halloween costume this year.
Oh, there
Nobody
you
will
go.
Nobody will get it except for
I'll
5
get it.
people.
I'll get it.
Except for the 5 people that watched the ref this year.
Say, I'm a ref.
I'm a ref. No, I really enjoyed that. I liked all of the scenes where Gus is being there, and this happens throughout the whole movie. He's obviously the ref, in between them. But when he's inadvertently being a marriage counselor to them, and then the addition of the family being there, and him saying like, "Oh, this is experimental therapy. I'm the doctor. I'm Dr. Wong." And he said, "I'm Irish on my mom's side." What about the other side? Yeah, like that's pretty funny stuff. Where it's not Irish on that side. I like when, yes, every single person stands up to the mother at that end scene there. Probably one of the best moments in the movie.
Oh, for sure.
Because that mom sucks, man.
Yeah, but she also gave a really good performance.
Yeah, she's really good. I don't know what she's from. I've
Not
seen
really.
her in many things, or in other things before.
Well, she's older, so, and I don't watch older stuff.
Oh, she's Mrs. Banks and Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've never seen that movie? She was the grandma in Superstar. You've probably seen that movie.
Yeah, a long time ago. I'm looking at them now, and it's just nothing for me.
Nothing for you. That's okay.
Not a whole bunch of nothing.
She was very familiar to me. She was a real looker in the old days.
I was gonna say she looks pretty hot.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for her. Good for her. She's dead now.
Oh well.
Any other scenes? Anybody in the chat? Feel free to put out scenes there that you think that were pretty memorable. If you did watch along you watched this movie, please feel free to put those in the chat. We'll go ahead and move on. Who was your favorite character, or did you feel like there was a scene stealer in this movie?
I did feel like there was a scene stealer, and I thought the scene stealer was Gary.
Gary, okay, I love that.
Because Gary was fucking hilarious. Anything that came out of Gary's mouth, I immediately just like died laughing.
Is Gary Gary's the brother, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like Connie's husband, right?
Yeah, that's his brother. That's
okay. I was trying to put the pieces together as far as like relations went, and I was struggling with that. But yeah, Gary was absolutely like, I don't know, like this ignorant, aloof, funny, accidentally funny dude.
That's funny that he's your scene stealer, because my scene stealer is Connie, his wife.
Dude, that's okay.
Christine Baranski is great. I enjoyed pretty much everything that she said in this movie. Any line that came out of her mouth I thought was pretty hilarious. I've got a few Connie lines in here that really stand out to me, that really got me. We love Connie.
We need a Gary and Connie spinoff.
Oh, I'd love to see a Gary and Connie spin. The only thing that I didn't feel like, that when Kevin Spacey was going after not Kevin Spacey,
Dennis Leary.
No, when Caroline, Judy Davis's character, was going after the mom at the end, she was like, "You've got a husband that doesn't speak, and then a husband that won't take." Like, I never felt like, I don't know, I didn't get that from Gary and Connie. Like, he was not able to like speak his mind, but I guess I was just focused on Connie too much.
I could kind of see that. Like, Connie,
I could see it, yeah. But I never felt like Gary was unhappy or anything.
Oh yeah, nah. In fact, quite the opposite. He seems like happy to just happy to
Happiest
be there.
dumbass. I love it. Honestly, that whole family. I love those kids. They were hilarious the whole time.
Smiling while they were tying up their parents was really great.
Yes. And just so happy to participate.
And yeah, Dennis Leary's character was like, "All right, that's enough tape. You sure?"
You sure? While we're talking about quotes, let's talk about some of the quotes that we really liked, enjoyed. There were a lot of good one-liners, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And Alyssa brought up the penis earlier, so I will just continue the penis. And my first quote is, "I didn't order this," and then they said, "Don't eat the penis. It's a garnish." And I laughed really hard at that one. And then in that same scene, because it's the one with the marriage counselor, the double "fuck you" to the marriage counselor was
Oh, so
really
good.
funny, because not only was it just funny in general, but it showed that they are still like together and on the same page about
Mhm.
some stuff. So I thought it was really good.
Yeah. I loved when Lloyd says, he's talking to Gus. He says, "She's my mother," and Gus says, "She's a fucking bitch, Lloyd."
Yeah, that one was good.
She's a fucking bitch, Lloyd. Lloyd also, Mary, gag your grandma. When he's talking to one of the kids. Yeah, love that.
Yeah. Another one I've got is I think it was Lloyd talking to Caroline, yeah, and he said, "The day you see anything to the end, I'll stick my dick in my ear."
Good callback. This is one of my favorite children moment with Connie. It's a great Connie line. The kid says, "Mom, the TV's broken. What are we gonna do all night?" And Connie says, "Celebrate the birth of Christ."
Yes, that dude, her like intensity about the Christmas spirit made me laugh really hard. And I'm sorry for this being the third semi penis related quote, but
You like what you like, man.
you like one, Joel? This one, I think it's the like police captain talking to the officers, and somebody says, "What was it?" And they said, "Urine," and he said, "Oh, thank God." Phil thought it might be semen, and the police captain says, "Phil needs to talk to a therapist."
Oh, he thought it might be semen. It's really funny. Connie again said, "Who would catch a criminal and then let him go free?" And then the daughter says, "Republicans."
Oh, I didn't even catch that one. That's funny. I got a Connie one too. She says, "The spirit of Christmas is either you're good or you're bad, and you burn in hell."
Love it. Connie's a gem. I got another Connie one. All right, everybody. Gus says, "All right, everybody, get into the den or I'll shoot her." And Connie says, "Go ahead, shoot her."
Yeah, that one did make me laugh really hard. I don't even remember what this is. You know, my memory is just dog shit. But you might help me say who this is from and who this is about. But somebody said, "What did she say?" And then they said, "She said cocksucker," and then got interrupted. What was that in
Yeah.
reference to?
Um,
Who said it?
who did? I think. I think
The,
Carolyn said it,
okay.
and then the mother repeated it. Right? She said, "What did she say?"
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Caroline said it about the mom. Yeah, that's what I thought. Also, "I nailed your wife, Bob." That was a really funny scene with the cop. "I
Yeah.
nailed your wife, Bob." Just
That one
so
was fun.
calm. 3 years ago. That was great.
The last quote I have is from Lloyd talking to his mom, and he said, "Mom, do you know how to shut the fuck up for 10 seconds?"
That was one of mine.
So I feel like everybody probably wants to say that at some point in their life.
Oh yeah. I have two more that Lloyd says, and this is the second cross reference we have, like martyr reference we've had in the last 2 weeks. because there was one in Priscilla, but this one Lloyd's talking to his mom. He says, "You know what, Mom? You know what I'm going to get you next Christmas? A big wooden cross. So anytime you feel unappreciated for all your sacrifices, you could climb on up and nail yourself to it." Just like, damn.
That one was good.
And then Connecticut is the fifth ring of hell. Gus says
Oh,
that.
I think I meant to write that down. I don't guess I did.
I think that's all of the ones I've got here. So, biggest laugh, cry, scare, or thrill?
I just put all the what smells like piss moments.
All the piss moments are pretty good. I like. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say every time that they were like, "Some smells like what's that smell? It smells like piss." Every time it made me laugh. And again, I'm sorry for going back to the penis and piss moments, but here we are.
You like what you like. I would say any of the funny other funny moments that I would say are with Murray. Anytime that Gus is communicating with Murray, I think those are really funny moments because Murray just seems like the biggest idiot in the world, and Gus hates his guts.
I mean,
Like
he was supposed to be his driver.
when he keeps calling into the bar and he's like, "Is there a person named Murray there?" And there's like, "Is there a Murray here?" He's like, "Nah, nobody named Murray." He said,
There's
"See
no
if there's a
life
waste of
people."
fucking life named Murray. Try that."
That one was really good.
He goes, "Yeah, that's me."
That one was really good.
Murray's incredible. And then at the end, like Murray's like, "Yeah, I found this boat with this girl."
It needs some work.
No, I found Murray to be a pretty funny person to be out throughout the rest of it. I don't have any other like cry, scare, or thrill. There wasn't really much in here. What's the most ridiculous moment? What the fuck?
I don't know. I just thought it was ridiculous that the scene where they had Dennis Leary in the bathroom covering his ears, going la la la. I don't know. I was just like, that was a waste.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. My only other one was the fact that the pool balls and the dog catching the pool ball in his mouth and not just destroying his mouth, but shows you how badass that dog is.
Thought it was badass.
And also 11 grand that kid has
Oh yeah,
from blackmailing his teacher. Like,
you can't blackmail J.K. Simmons.
just beat the shit out of him. You're at military school. Like, I'm sure they would have gotten away with it.
Yeah, whiplash him.
Just open the door to that kid's black room and all those negatives are gone.
There you go.
I'm just saying. All right, best music moment.
I just had it was the very beginning again. The very first Christmas song when the beat drops. I don't know. It was sick. Like it was fine at first. Dude, it did it not? It was like a normal Christmas. Oh, just watch the beginning of the movie again. Like it's a normal Christmas song, and the beat just drops, and it's like, oh, this is the shit.
There were two songs on the soundtrack that I really wanted to track down and use for other thing. One of them is called "It's Christmas, You're Drunk and You're in Jail," and the other one was "You Put the X in Christmas." I wanted to find those. I might search those out after. But the only other thing I said was Nat King Cole. The Christmas song, because everybody was like super into Nat King Cole at that party. He was like, "Ooh, I like Nat King Cole." Gary, he was really.
I'm glad Alyssa recognized what I was talking about.
I don't remember this part. I'll have to check it out. I've got a 48-hour.
Honestly, when I heard it, I was like, "This movie might be pretty sick," because it was a cool little moment.
I love it. All right. Fuck, marry, kill. Put in your FMKs in the chat. Everybody. Pwam, 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 pwam.
I wasn't ready for this.
Pew, 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 pew. All right, I'm putting them in myself.
You have most dateable.
Who do you have most dateable?
Yeah. I didn't know you were going to do an FMK, dog.
I'm always doing FMKs.
I know. We'll see.
All right, Caroline, Rose, and Connie.
Caroline. I am going. This might ruffle little feathers. I'm effing Rose, dude.
What?
I don't
This is-
know. She can get it. I don't care if she's older.
Okay? This is your choice.
I'll knock the
Obviously.
dust off that thing. And then for Mary,
Clip that.
yeah, for Mary, I'm gonna go with Connie because I feel like Connie's a ride or die, and I like her. I like her support, and Caroline's gone. That haircut alone is enough to get you.
Wow, the haircut is so just.
It has pissed me off. It has ruined my weekend.
Man, you'd hate a lot of the early '90s then.
Yeah,
There's a lot
well,
of bad haircuts.
I do.
I think I kill Rose because she's awful, evil.
Good
The worst
lady.
thing ever. Never. I think I agree with you on Connie. I think I had him switched at one point, but I'm gonna marry Connie. She does seem ride or die. She seems like a good mom. She's got these two good kids. They're not stealing baby Jesuses. They're not blackmailing teachers at school. So yeah, I think I'm gonna marry Connie, but I'm gonna not worry about cobwebs and dust and everything, and I'm gonna go with Carolyn as
Well, that's
the.
the thing.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think that's a
Connie knows good salons in the area.
Connie.
Caroline clearly does not.
She was going for a cool mom cut. She was trying to spruce up the mom cut.
That wasn't it.
What about if she wore the crown and came down in a bubble, Doug?
It's the Wicked Witch of the West? Dude, so she doesn't even put out, obviously, because look at Kevin Spacey's character and her. Like, they're tied together by the crotch, and they still just nothing.
That's when they started igniting that fire, bro.
Did they ignite it, though? It was a false ignition.
He was hard as a rock.
He was.
Fully. And she was interested.
There was no reciprocal action.
They were this close, man.
Dude, nah.
Fully torqued. She was torqued too.
Nah, she wasn't torqued. I know his mom's got that gorilla grip.
Golly. Gorilla grip on her money.
Well, and hey, that's fine.
She's awful. What if your mom charged you
interest? Okay. We're
18%?
I need to talk to you about something off the stream now.
I can't wait. I can't wait to find out. This is weird now.
It got too real.
It got real. If your mom's out there,
no, it's not. It's not about her. So
okay,
no worries.
Okay, 18% interest is crazy.
18. Okay, 18 is crazy.
That's pretty crazy. Gorilla grip is wild.
And then she said, "We'll see how the interest rates are in the new year." I was like, "Oh shit, she's gonna raise them."
Kill her, shoot her,
kill him,
kill her. All right, who do you think gave the best performance?
I think Connie. I think I agree with you there. I said Connie. I said Gus or Connie, but I think Connie really did.
See, I think between the two leads, I think you don't like her because of her haircut, but I think she's actually, maybe it's because I haven't seen her in other things that I liked her performance better than I liked Kevin Spacey's performance, just because I felt like I'd seen that Kevin Spacey performance again. Not that he's bad. I've seen him do that exact same thing before.
Yeah.
No, I just liked her performance, I think, the best out of all of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, Connie is Christine Baranski. She also plays the same similar character. She's hilarious.
Am I tripping, or was she's in the Grinch, right?
Yes, that's the first thing I said when I saw Christine Baranski. I was like, "Hey, that's the girl that Grinch likes."
Yeah, I don't even
And then
think they had to do her makeup too much. She looked very
she
Whoville.
looks like a Who. Yeah, she does look
Hmm.
like a Who. I think when I was watching it, Alyssa was like, "She's in Mamma Mia and Chicago," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, whatever." She's the
Oh,
Grinch.
see, I haven't seen
She's the
those.
Grinch's girl.
Yeah, 100% Grinch.
I also think of her in Adam's Family Values. She's a camp counselor in that, so she's also in The Good Wife. And
I just saw she's in BoJack Horseman.
for all you BoJack fans out there,
Sorry.
she's also in The Birdcage. Love The Birdcage. She was in The War. I forgot. We just watched I watched the movie The War recently. She was
Do
in
me
it.
a favor. Can you do me a favor?
I'm listening.
Can you keep listing movies that she's in? I got to pee.
As long as you don't take me with you. She's in Life with Mikey, which is a movie that I like. Adam's Family Values, though, the camp counselor with that guy from, I think it's Ally McBeal and Ghostbusters 2. She's perfect. Yeah, apparently she's in BoJack. So, hey, look, it's my biggest fan. Get it, guys? Because there's a fan in the background. Get it? All right. So everybody in the chat, you don't have to put your favorite Christine Baranski role in the chat, but maybe go back to our F, Marry, Kill. Was I right? Who was right in the F, Marry, Kill? That's what I want to know. I know I'm right, but that was a quick one. I heard it. I hope you all heard that flush.
You boys are back in town.
The boys are back. All right, we've moved on. Let's go to our recasting. Okay, kill Grandma, fuck Caroline, marry Connie. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's why I like her. All right, did you do any 1994 recasting?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm not good at this. So, honestly, very minimal, but I did it. I switched Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
And then for Caroline, and this is the only other one I did, for Caroline, I put Sally Field.
Okay. I like that. I like that. No, I like that a lot. I was kind of struggling with who the wife could be in 94. For the Kevin Spacey character, I went with James Spader. I feel like he's kind of got a same like Kevin Spacey demeanor to him.
I always forget about him.
Stanley Tucci was also one that I thought of. Oh, look at that elbow.
Oh, Tucci Gang rocks, dude.
Tucci Gang. And then I'm going off of like an American Beauty thing. Annette Bening, I thought would be a good replacement for the wife, or maybe Sharon Stone, because I feel like she could be. They can like go at each other a little bit.
Depends on boom.
Yeah. Okay. 2024 recasting.
Again, mine is pretty shit. So sorry. Except for I feel like I was kind of happy with Caroline. I will say that.
Okay.
So for Dennis Leary's character Gus, I went with Chris Tucker.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. For Kevin Spacey's character Lloyd, I went with Paul Rudd.
Okay.
And for Caroline, the one I was actually kind of happy about, I went with Molly Shannon, which we have kind of mentioned.
Okay, Molly Shannon. I like that.
Yeah.
Who was your I actually really like the Paul Rudd one. And
yeah.
I'm thinking of like role models, Paul Rudd too.
Yep. Me too.
It's exactly what he would. No, that one's really good. I like that.
Thanks.
I thought it would be really funny in the roles of Caroline and what's his face, Kevin Spacey's character, Gus or not Gus, Lloyd, like have some other older couples like Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart. They've moved on, they've matured, but I was like, that might be really good.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Why are you so good at this?
This is all I think. I do this just to get to this part. And so I can recast these. Also, this one I can't take credit for. Alyssa came up with this one. Pete Davidson as the Gus character.
Okay.
Like using a stand-up in that role still.
Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Tell me Kate McKinnon's in here, too.
No, but Kate McKinnon would be a good Connie.
Because I almost put Kate McKinnon as Caroline, actually.
Ooh, okay. She could do both. Kate McKinnon's great. I would like to see her in the Connie role, though. That would be pretty funny. I also said, like, Michael Cera gives me, like, Kevin Spacey serial killer kind of vibe.
Ooh.
And, like,
Okay.
now he's, like, 35 or so. In that role, too, I think I would either want, like, in the Caroline role, like an Emma Roberts or a Dakota Johnson. I think they like Emma Roberts has already had some like domestic disputes. I think she would be great in this.
I'm not as much of a Johnson fan as you are, probably.
Yeah, I'm too much of a Dakota Johnson fan, honestly. She's not as great as I probably give her credit for.
I don't know. A lot of my big knock for her is the Nepo baby stuff.
Yeah, well, she is a Nepo baby. And we're all just jealous that we're not Nepo babies, too.
I mean, you said it, so.
Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, they were once together. They could probably throw together a good performance.
Yeah.
Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone, they've already been together before. Nathan Fielder would actually be a really good.
He probably would.
Kevin Spacey.
Come on now.
It's pretty much the same thing. All of my trivia facts are gone. I just deleted them.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
There's not a ton. There's not a ton of good stuff anyway.
That's all right. Let's go ahead and move on to fun facts. What are some trivia facts that you learned about this movie?
Yeah, so this movie's actually at the same time somehow both a sequel and a prequel. So this is Dennis Leary post Sandlot, same universe. He fell on hard times. He knows his art. So, he was in the house and he recognized that art. And of course he does because he's a collector, hence, the Babe Ruth baseball and stuff like that. Meanwhile, it's a prequel because Siskel this whole time is looking for photos of Spider-Man. And that's where the blackmail's coming from. So, I don't know. It's crazy. How a sequel and a prequel at the same damn time?
I hate you. I did think that the art would come back at some point, and like maybe he would walk away with the art.
It definitely didn't.
It doesn't come back. I was a little upset about that.
I actually still really liked it because he was like, "You guys are rich, and y'all don't appreciate like fine stuff like this." Like, come on. I get it. I see where he's coming from. Like, it did make. I thought he made a good point as to why they were hateable, because like they're rich and they've got this like really nice art on the wall and they don't know what they've got, and it's like, how about leave it to people who actually would appreciate it.
Early in the film, Kevin Spacey asks Gus what his name is, and Gus answers with "Fuck you, that's my name," and that's actually a line from Glengarry Glen Ross.
And we talked about the debut of J.K. Simmons, but also Caroline and Lloyd never kiss. Coming back to what I told you earlier about her not putting out.
They don't kiss at the end of the movie?
Not once. They get close, but they never kiss.
Did you know that the gun is only fired one time in this movie?
At the fire beeper.
At the smoke alarm. That's the only time the gun is fired.
I get that. I've fired a round off at ours before.
Okay, so Alyssa's smoke alarm went off in her apartment like 3 weeks ago, and it would not shut off. Even if we took out the batteries and everything, it just kept going. It was madness.
You got to cut the cables.
Yeah, I didn't figure that out. And then I ripped it out.
There you go. That's safe.
I should have shot it with the gun.
You should have. Is it a carbon monoxide one too?
I have no idea. They don't have gas there.
Oh, and just you did it right.
I did it right. You're right. What else? Nothing? Did you hear me? Oh, okay. Dennis Leary worked with Kevin Spacey in A Bug's Life too.
Wait, A Bug's Life 2 or A Bug's Life also?
Also, there is no Bug's Life 2.
Well, that's why I was asking. I was like, do you know something I don't know?
No, he was Kevin Spacey was Hopper and Dennis Leary was the Ladybug. You remember?
Wait. No, I didn't. I didn't know who voiced who. But I just know that the fat caterpillar died.
He didn't die.
Well, yeah, he did.
He becomes a fat butterfly.
No, the voice.
Oh, he's dead in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, he didn't die in the movie?
No, but also, I can't remember what I was going to say.
This is good trivia because I honestly think that this would have changed that would have made the movie better. The original ending had Dennis Leary being caught by the cops. That shows that the son of Kevin Spacey and Judy Davis that a life of crime leads nowhere. However, they screened it for audiences and they didn't like the ending, so he changed it. And Demi later admitted regretting making that change to the ending. I honestly think that that's a better ending.
Nah, the son's a bitch. He wouldn't have learned anything.
Yeah, you're right. I just did. I felt this is my problem with the movie. Probably my only problem with the movie. I liked everything. I did not like the ending of this movie. I thought it was very rushed and felt like everything got resolved really quickly. And I just felt like, but I also don't know what else you could have done in that with it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It was rushed, but I mean, obviously, what you could have done is what you just said, like have him arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I didn't have that big of a problem with the ending. I guess I just thought because to me, like it just kind of matched the superficiality of the entire movie. It's just like whatever.
Yeah. That's fine. I would have liked him to have stolen that painting. I would have liked him to have killed Murray. I would have I don't know. I didn't like the drunk Santa Claus dude.
No, what the hell was that about?
It was just to get like the whole part of him getting there is getting him to the end so that Dennis Leary can have a Santa suit to walk out in and like
that was I don't know, they could have done a way better job at setting that up than whatever that was. But I'm really glad Alyssa put what she just put in the chat because it comes back to what I'm going to say later.
Okay. Any other fun facts?
Other than that really good one about the sequel and the prequel, no, I got nothing.
It was a terrible one. I'm upset now that I okay, so like a fine wine and dish, if you could pair this with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
And this is why I was glad she put that in the chat, because it reminded me of a certain film, and I believe I was on the stream for it too, where another young boy kind of idolizes a less than desirable character, and that would be The River Wild.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Guess you fucker. No, but this reminded me of a lot of The River Wild because it kind of was like it's a similar like kind of silly hostage situation, but you know, kind of a fun take on it. And they've also got that kid that kind of idolizes that the bad guy. And then I've also got, and I couldn't remember the name of the movie, so I just wrote down. I wrote down "Don't Hate Daddy," but I can't remember what it was.
Don't Hate Daddy?
What was it?
Don't Hate Daddy?
What
That's
was
all
it?
you know. No, I can't pick a movie from Don't Hate Daddy.
It's the one
Wait,
that-
Don't
the
Wake
one-
Daddy, the board game.
No. This one was Macaulay Culkin and the guy with the ponytail that
Getting
you
even
hate.
with dad.
It's what?
Getting even with dad.
Ah, yeah. Getting even with dad. That was another one that was an option too.
Don't hate daddy is bizarre.
I couldn't remember the name of it.
That's a quote. Clip that. Don't hate
No,
daddy.
don't clip that. I don't have a calc. What would you pair it with?
Okay, so porn, somebody said. That's wild. Violent Night is a Christmas movie. With that one is a Christmas movie. That's with like the family is held hostage, and then Santa comes and he beats the shit out of all these these terrorist guys that keep the people hostage.
I can't remember if I watched that or not.
I actually really enjoyed it. It's a fun little action comedy Christmas movie. I liked it. And it's like there's like this matriarch that everybody hates in the family, like they're not going to get their inheritance because of this old grandma character, so it's very similar to this. I also thought of this movie, and it's called House Arrest, and maybe some people have seen it.
House again?
But House I
House again?
not House Guest, House Arrest, and it's where these kids kidnap their parents because their parents are getting ready to get a divorce, and so they kidnap them and keep them hostage in their basement. And then like some other kids find out, hey, you're keeping your parents hostage. Can we throw our parents down there too? It was some early 90s movie. It's great. And then like they try and make them fall. It's like Parent Trap, but in a hostage situation.
That actually sounds good. I would watch that.
I think you would like it. And then I picked Funny Games too.
That has been a long time since I've seen that one.
Funny Games, just because of the hostage thing. So
Isn't that one kind of serious?
Yeah, that's not a comedy at all.
Okay.
It's pretty fucked up. Don't Hate Daddy though. Go see it in theaters now.
And go see House the Guest.
House the Guest. All right. If you had to give this movie a rewatchability rating from 1 to 5, what would you give it?
I give it a 2.
2. Okay. I give it a 3.
I didn't think it was like good enough, but also like if it was on and somebody had it on, I'm not gonna throw a fit.
Yeah. All right. Overall star rating out of 5. What'd you give it?
I gave this a 2.5.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit higher. I think I gave it a 3.5 on Letterboxd, but I might go down a half star.
I was just about to say, I think I could be swayed to go up a half star. So
yeah, I think a 3 would actually be probably more for it because I got a little angry about how quickly the ending was. And then you think on it for a little bit, and you're like, it's not so bad, or it's actually worse than what I thought. So
yeah, that's exactly right. Good
call. I'm not going to go out of my way to watch this movie though, so maybe I'll lower my rewatchability rating to like a 2.
Yeah.
All right. I heard a child. Spencer, you're awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. Have you been watching anything though that you would recommend to people?
Kind of.
You're like a documentary watcher a lot of times, and like docuseries guys. So anything that maybe has stood out in the last couple months?
Well, that's really funny because that's what I have in here is a lot of this is just like a lot of docuseries stuff is all I put because a lot of it's unremarkable, like throwing it on while I'm playing video games or while I'm working or something, and most of them kind of suck, so they're not worth like rating or noting or anything. One of them that was very good that you would also be pretty interested in, I think, would be they just added on Netflix Untold, the Michigan sign stealing scandal.
I heard it was like super skewed one way though.
You could argue that, but I think a lot of it also depends on how you look at it. I mean, you can interpret how you want, but I do get that. A lot of the Untold stuff is like that. So, like the Florida Gators one was as well, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, that the Aaron Hernandez one?
Yeah, apparently that one was just kind of like a puff piece.
See, I
But
don't want. Give me a 30. Give me a true 30 for 30. I want.
I would, yeah, I do wish they kind of would have torn them apart a little bit more. But at the same time, it is kind of one of those things like all schools steal signs. So, you can't really, I don't know.
But I also think like you get caught, you get caught. Like,
Yeah.
take your lumps and get out of here.
Yeah, I still think it's worth a watch just because it's kind of eye-opening behind the scenes, whether you hate Michigan or not. Like, just
Yeah.
seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff and like how much actually goes on that you don't realize is pretty cool.
Mhm.
I also started watching this German series on Netflix, which I'm sure you've heard of, called Dark.
Yeah.
I have not even made it through the first episode yet, but it's very, very good. There's a lot of cool options with Netflix. You can either watch it in German with English subtitles, or you can watch it dubbed over in English. It's got a lot of different options for you to watch, so it's pretty cool.
Bozo dubbed over?
I really hope I don't jack off. So I've also been comfort watching a little bit, and that would be Superstore, which I know you love. So that's been really fun. I did a rewatch of American Movie, a fantastic documentary, which Cody, you have got to watch.
I think that's a
because-
good recommendation for everybody too on here. American Movie. It is often considered like one of the greatest. Like it is. I see it on lists all the time. One of the best movies ever made. Documentary. I've never seen it. It's always on my list. I think if Ryan was here, he would say the same. I'm sure. I think he's talked about American Movie before too. So
I didn't realize you had seen it.
yeah, I think so. Okay, somebody in the Rings of Power has been fun. I think that's an Amazon Prime show.
Oh, right there
No,
again.
that's in the Lord of the Rings universe. So
Never mind.
I was about to say, if you're a fantasy guy, I think, but I have heard really good things about Rings of Power, being like actually a good companion piece to the Lord of the Rings movies that like The Hobbit just wasn't. So, anything
See,
else?
I like The Hobbit,
You
but
like The Hobbit?
am I the only person that liked the first Hobbit?
The first Hobbit's not bad.
I haven't watched the.
I have watched the second one. I never watched the third one because they were just like, I was like, what are we doing here? Why did we need 3 movies for this too? Like,
Well, I watched the first one because it was like one of the 2 books that I've ever read. So,
yeah,
um,
proud of you.
so thank you. Rewatched Dodgeball because I wanted to show my wife, and I'm also gonna show her Adam Sandler's Longest Yard pretty soon. I rewatched Jaws with her also because she said it sucked and she stands by it. And then I've kind of got another little unfortunate nugget from her to you. She said that she started watching this series and hated it because it sucked, and it's Friday Night Lights.
She's so wrong about that.
I couldn't believe it came out of her mouth. I was like, you're trying to destroy this man.
Why does she hate Friday Night Lights?
I don't know. I don't know if she thought it was cheesy or what, but she did not like it.
She probably watched like the first episode. That's it. She sucks.
Well, yeah,
Bria and I are not friends anymore.
that's fine. That's okay.
I think you're just trying to get me to not be friends with her, and you're encouraging her to have bad takes.
Oh, where'd the pen go? Oh, there it went.
What else? Anything else that you want to ruin my life with today?
That's it. I haven't been watching a whole lot. Kenny versus Spenny DVD commentary is insanely specific, but
I love it.
what
It's-
I've been doing.
It's very you branded. So I watched Scooby Doo, the movie, recently.
Dude, I saw, and I was actually, because I love that movie, I was shocked at how high you rated it.
I love Scooby Doo, the movie.
I didn't know you did.
It's a great comfort watch for me.
It's fantastic.
I just like that movie. I watched Clerks 2, also because we had watched Clerks earlier this month, so I wanted to watch Clerks 2. I like that movie. Fine. Watched Fight Club, and that's been great. And
What'd you
I've
rate that?
Fight Club, I gave it 3.5.
Okay.
It's one of those movies like American Psycho where the wrong people get the wrong message from it. And you have
Yeah.
to like pick through it, and you're like, oh, I could see why they get a bad message about this because they make this seem so cool.
Yeah. See, I liked American Psycho a lot. Fight Club, I get a 3.5. I absolutely get that.
I wonder what it would look like if it was not filmed in 1999 and it was filmed in like 2015 or whatever. Because like David Fincher gets a little bit dark. Like I just feel like he would put a little bit more darkness in it and less comedy in it because that's like his funniest movie.
Yeah, it's a very. You know what I think it is? It's like every theater kid loves that movie.
Yeah, which is weird. I feel like toxic dudes love that movie
a
lot for the wrong reasons, but that's okay. Let them like. And then I've been rewatching Supernatural because why not? There's 15 seasons of it, so and I love lore.
I am lore. Lore.
All right, let's get out of here. Confirmed theater kid, love both Fight Club and American Psycho.
Also confirmed theater kid and like them. So
wow, look at us theater kids go.
Who
All
would've
about
thought?
the lore, baby. All right, Spencer, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna end it for everybody here. So thank you. Thank you for doing this with me and for watching The Ref, a movie that we probably never would have watched before. So glad to do this with you. Next week, next Sunday, we're going to be watching the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Junior, where he gives birth to a baby. And it is streaming on Netflix. So everybody be on the lookout for that. And you can probably watch that and watch along with us. I also want to thank everybody that has subscribed to us. That really helps out a lot. Thank you to those people. I've seen we had a couple new people that have subbed to us. So thank you so much for all those subscriptions, everything that you guys do, the chats, everything. I really appreciate it and love all of you. Yes, sir?
What's playing on your TV?
What's playing on my TV? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Because it was the only like husband-wife fighting movie I could think of. Like, oh, you shrunk our kids? What the hell?
Classic. Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Watch Junior, and we'll see you next Sunday here on 52/9.